Me and the girl that was in a relationship had more shit in common than we did in our own partners. You just can't try shit with hood niggas in middle school. He got on the bus, slapped the at his neck, and I was like, damn. Just come out the closet already. Everybody in the classroom turned like this. What's up, guys? It's Vibon here, back again with another YouTube video for y'all. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kendall from Wisconsin. I'm 19. I'm fruity, yeah. If you're new to my channel consists of about the spiritual videos, story times, vlogs. But no matter the motherfucking video, it's nothing but lit motherfucking vibes. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn post notifications on, because it's gonna be another one lit motherfucking bangers. Like, what are you doing with no weirdo shit? Don't do that stalker shit like you do my op. Y'all know what to do. Get the fuck off my page. But anyways, y'all came to motherfucking hear my story of how I found out I was bi and basically how I came out. Now, I was gonna tie me coming out and how I found out I was bi, like 2 separate videos. But I was like, they kind of go hand in hand. Peanut butter, jelly, salt, pepper, all that shit. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just tell the whole story. So I got my little notes here so I can keep track, because it's a lot to the motherfucking story. Like, I'm telling you how I had my first time, how I met this very old man, you know what I'm saying? The niggas, my man stage, that little delusional stage. But it helped me find out how I like these niggas and how I like this coochly, you know what I mean? So shout out to all of y'all. Y'all really helped, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all helped to go. Y'all created a fine ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? Well, y'all didn't make me, but it's like, y'all helped the fine ass nigga find out what he like, you know what I'm saying? So y'all bums. And so I'm with my king now. My king, my man. Thank you to my man. My man now. My thank you to my man, not my man. It's 2 different days. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 different stages. Like, my man. Cuckoo. Clock ain't ticking. You know what I mean? And my man, thank you to my man, is wifed up. You don't got no... I thought it was a ring there. But just know I am booed up. Y'all be seeing my nigga. So fuck what you talking about. Like, and I really want to tell this story. Nobody is being bashed in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with characters along the fucking storyline. 3 little pigs, you know what I'm saying? You're the wolf. You're really not the wolf. It's just the wolf was a part of the storyline. You know what I mean? So no shots to you. But we're gonna tell how I tell it. Let's go back to the beginning of how I came out. Let's go back to 7th grade. 8th grade, you know what I mean? So 7th grade, I was, you know, under this impression I thought I was straight, you know what I mean? I had a girlfriend. I did have this one girlfriend. She was like a tomboy, you know what I mean? She was chill as shit. She was cool. But I realized, like, she was just like a best friend for me, because I remember this one time we was on the bus and she like kissed me. She kissed me and, like, I don't know, it just felt, I don't know, like, it felt like, okay, you my bro, like, like, I realized, like, I had feelings for her, but, like, it was more like a best friend thing, because, like, I had all those butterfly feelings at first, but then, like, she started to, she wasn't, it wasn't just that she wasn't my type, but it was, like, it was something more than that, but I didn't know at that time, because it was, like, okay, I like her, but how much do I like her? Do I say, like, enough to, like, love her? And it's, like, 7th grade, it's middle school. Who the fuck taking that shit serious as fuck? Like, come on now. It was just, she was doing little shit, like, spitting on people and shit. I remember she started coming to school, like, she started dressing different, and people would be running around like, oh, your girlfriend's the nigga in a relationship, this and this and that. Who are y'all trying to, like, bitch? Like, I can't control her, like, and there was a lot of people in my head. And then I remember had somebody, this is another story that connected to this. So I remember, like, I knew I had something for boys, but I didn't know what it was. Cause you know what I'm saying, when my family all in my head with that Christian shit and all, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, like, especially my mom played a lot in part, because like her views towards LGBT people weren't great. So my mindset was like, I'm hiding this shit. Ain't nobody gonna find out, you know what I mean? So I started like experimenting a little bit. I was talking to this one boy. What was we doing? We was trading pictures. Hey y'all, don't kill me, okay? It was really nothing. It was really like I was scared, so I didn't say nothing, but he did, and I was like gagged. And so like I blocked him, but like he tried to blackmail me. So I remember he knew I was like with that girl or whatever. So somebody had like hacked my Instagram out of nowhere. So I was like, what the fuck? And at that time, like they had sent gay porn to my girlfriend and all of his friends and shit. So I was like, I'm not gay. What are you talking about? And I was getting mad. Anybody who said that shit, it's not true. So that's how like the rumors and shit started to escalate a little bit. And then children were mean as fuck in middle school, especially my school, because it was like you did one little thing, oh you gay, oh you wear this color, you do this pair of shoes, you gay. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, and like the homophobia and shit was like normalized in middle school. Nobody stuck up for nobody. Everybody's just keeping their mouth shut, and then all the straight people just run around humping each other, fucking each other, like doing whatever and saying they were straight, and everybody believed them. The girl's really down bad delusional, and it's like you really could not get away with just being yourself. It was like everybody had to bully you. So it was like, I'm not finna be a part of that crowd right now. I will later. I'll jump in the parade, throw a little candy, but I'm not doing that right now. When they started spreading that shit around about me, I broke up with her because I felt like, well, she didn't believe the rumors, but like she started acting different, and it was weird because it was like she would come to my locker sometimes and she would give me a kiss, and I don't know, it just felt awkward also kissing her. So, and everybody was like, why is that awkward? I'm like, they're like, it's your girlfriend, but I was like, I don't know, I'm really not feeling it. And then I remember I think she left a note on my locker, now that I remember, and she asked me like, do I love her, or like, do I want to be with her or some shit. And you know the crazy thing is, I looked up on Facebook now, because now that she started dressing different and stuff, it was like, it felt weird to me at that time. And you know what I'm saying, I didn't know shit about who I was, LGBTQ, none of that shit. So, you know the crazy thing now, I think she came out as trans. And you know, that shit gagged me, because I mean, I'm not hating on her, you know what I'm saying, I love you, I really appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you evolving into you and you being yourself. She did help me, but it's like, you know what I mean? Oh, and around that time I was talking to that girl, I liked this other girl. So the other girl she was in another relationship too. So it's like, you know what I mean? Break up with your girlfriend. But we was not breaking up with our partners. We could not, you know what I'm saying, blow the cover, because you know in middle school everybody had that little partner, you know what I'm saying, they little couple. So it's like you an icon. So it's like you break up, somebody cheating, somebody doing something, you know what I mean? And I was not doing that. So we was really cheating on the kick. I was texting her. I remember I was singing to this girl and all, because you know the crazy is, and y'all may say I'm down bad for this shit, but me and the girl that was in a relationship had more shit in common than we did in our own partners. But we was too scared to like break up with each other and shit. So I was like, But low-key, her nigga was cute. So I didn't know that around time. I just would like look at him sometimes, and I was like, why? And it's like his ass was fat too, and it was like, but the girl had like, you know what I'm saying, me hooked emotionally.
Forgot to fucking mention, the girlfriend that was in the other relationship was a damn snow bunny. So at this time, I was really Disney one for all, because what the fuck was I really doing out here just dating any fucking body? Like, and the bitch wasn't even cute. She just had shit in common with me.
And like, you know what I'm saying, her boyfriend was like attracted to me sexually, but I didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying, pinpoint. And then my girlfriend's over here like, you know what I'm saying, my best friend, and she cool as shit. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, I don't love you, but you know what I mean? So I had broke up with her, and I think she was like cool about it, but I don't know, she started acting different, and I think she stopped talking to me, like being my friend and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. And then, cause I still had my other friends and stuff, and I had my other friends around that time. My close friend now, shit, nobody said nothing. They never judged me, and I really do appreciate my close friend now and her sister at that time, because they never judged me and they allowed me to be myself, even though I didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? In middle school, I was very lost of who I was. Like, I just was like, you know what I mean? This is an embarrassing story. I'm gonna tell that for later. But I remember this time I had bought some fake Yeezys and shit. But these bitches can't say shit to me now because I got real Yeezys, ho. Don't you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I had ordered these Yeezys off Amazon and shit. But I was literally like doing little shit to like fit in, you know what I mean? everybody was at that motherfucking stage. So I was like, everybody got the iPhone, everybody got this, got that. Like, and it wasn't like I was broke or didn't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? I never wanted nothing. It was just like little stuff like that I didn't experience at that time. So I'm saying at that point, you'll do anything. And, you know, if y'all watch my motherfucking story time, how I stole that iPhone, that was why. That was why. So yeah, I was doing stuff to fit in, you know what I mean? Didn't know who I was. So I had broke up with the girl, my first girlfriend. And then I actually did date this one white girl. So, but like, it was like in elementary school. So it's like that really kind of relationship. But you know what I'm saying? We did kiss, you know what I mean? I had my little interactions with her. 8th grade comes. She's in like some of my class, whatever, and I start catching feelings for her again. Around that time, like, okay, we get older now. People like, hormones more kicking in. I'm starting to more figure out who I was. So I was like, okay, at this point, I kind of know I have a thing for guys, but I'm just in denial. Like, denial is really a river in Egypt. But it was like, okay, it's really not that long to me, so it's like I can just keep swimming. But, you know what I'm saying, it's like right here, but I didn't realize really how far it was to, you know what I'm saying, take that step. But, because there was this one gay boy, like, in my school, but he used to get picked on and bullied. I remember this nigga, we was getting on the bus, and he had thought this one boy, and he was cute, but he was a hood nigga. And you just know, like, you just can't try shit with hood niggas in middle school. And it's like, you know definitely you're finna get beat the fuck up. And I'm sorry, and I really wish I would have been there for him to support him through his journey and everything, because I was in the same community too. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not getting the smoke right now. I'm not catching the fade.
So mind you, in my middle school, you're getting beat the fuck up for no reason. You looked at the person the wrong way. You moved their desk a little wrong to the left. You step on their shoe for a second, you're getting beat the fuck up. So it was like times motherfucking 15 if you were gay. Because, yeah, they was most definitely beating the fruity out of your cakes. Like, I don't understand it.
You know what I'm saying? I was really just pop smoke sitting. But, you know what I'm saying? Not right now. Not right now. I'm pop smoke in 2020. This one time we got on this bus, he thought the nigga was cute, whatever, and he tried grabbing his ass. So, we all rode the same bus, packed his shit. He got on the bus, slapped the out his neck. And I was like, damn.
And let me give y'all some backstory on Bus 5. Now, this was the ghettoest bus out of the fucking buses in the bus company that ever fucking was brought to our school. Now, you would get on this motherfucking bus, it was the baby kids throwing cereal at your shit. You look at them wrong, they slapping you, you getting beat the fuck up, they talking about you, you getting roasted. There was no civilization on our bus. It was really every man to their motherfucking self, Bloods and Crips, mix of all the motherfucking Terps and the Vatos, all on one fucking bus. It was never Miss Frizzles.
I wanted to say something, but I was like, And I really was a witness of a lot of bullying going on in my middle school, so I just really didn't want to be a victim. And then I did get bullied a little in middle school, so it just made me kind of not really stick up for myself. So it's like, on top of that, okay, I'm fruity as shit. Well, fruity a little bit in my mindset at this time. And then I'm not confident. And so it's like, ain't nobody gonna find out this shit. So I was going home watching gay porn and shit, telling everybody I was straight, you know what I'm saying, keeping it cool. I had my little easy life, my little stimulations. I did catch feelings for my ex again, so the white girl that I had dated in elementary school, cause she was talking to this one boy, whatever. I think, yeah, he was white. And I was like, low-key getting jealous as shit. And I felt some type of way, like, why are you just gonna move on from me? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know we got some chemistry between us. Like, all you gotta do is add a little sugar, a little spice. We can make the equation again, you know what I mean? And she was not trying to hear all that shit. But she was still cool with me and stuff. But I just felt like, damn, like, I was your first. Like, I was low-key hurt. I'm sorry. Like, I was really hurt. So she started telling me about the boy and everything. And I felt some type of way. And I'm gonna tell you how this one girl in this class basically outed me. And oh my god, I never want to fucking Chris Breezy a female so bad, because it was like, bitch, why would you do that? I wonder if I should tell. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna give y'all the deets. Okay, this how it went down, y'all. We sitting in class and shit, right? Basically, my ex is telling me about the boy she's talking to, whatever. And the girl behind her, which is my ex's friend, started noticing like I'm getting jealous and I feel some type of way. I was talking to her, and then the girl's like, "Oh, why are you getting jealous?" And I was like, why would I be jealous of her? Like, the motherfucking wrist popped out, y'all. That was rotating like a motherfucking motor. Like, that shit, like, I was like, why would I be jealous of her? Like, it popped out and she low-key clocked that shit. And she was like, just come out the closet already. And when I tell y'all, that motherfucking dead silence, that motherfucking ratatouille, I could hear a fucking ant crawl up the wall, that type shit happened. And it was a dead silence, and everybody was looking at me like, everybody in the classroom turned like this. And I always felt so motherfucking embarrassed. I remember I sat my head down like the whole rest of the class, and I was just so ready to go, because I was like, fuck that bitch. Because right when she said that shit, I wanna... Because, bitch, why are you my business? Like, that, I feel like that's not your story to tell, like, just to out somebody like that. Like, bitch, let me cut on my own time. You don't know my family, you know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing I'm going through. Like, bitch, you're supposed to be helping. And that's why I thought, like, females supposed to be aligned with the LGBTQ. Lucky someone be trying to be against us. Like, what did you do that for? I'll forever remember that. That girl's name was Anaya. And if you ever see this video, bitch, fuck you. I mean, I'm not too pressed now because, hey, I'm out, I'm alive, I'm free. But bitch, why would you do that? After that, I didn't date nobody 8th grade year, 7th grade year. Like I said, I just dated my first ex. And then, oh yeah, everybody was trying to attack me because I went from the one ex that I was with, the tomboy girl, to back to my ex, the white girl. I tried to give her a chance again. Everybody's like, oh, why did you leave so-and-so for her? Let's go name my second ex Candy. Why would you leave Jay for Candy? I was like, I didn't do that. It just naturally fucking happened. Like, what you mean? And that's why I felt some type of way in 8th grade when she was talking to somebody new and all that shit. I was butthurt as fuck. So, freshman year comes, y'all. I liked another girl. I was hanging out with her and shit. Long story short, she did have a boyfriend at the time when I came to school in Kenosha. She was chill as shit, but her boyfriend was like crazy as fuck. Like, when we started becoming friends and everything, like, he wanted to, like, he was acting very, like, possessive over her and shit. Like, I remember this time we hung out the library, and, you know, it took us weeks for even to hang out. Like, I could barely get a ride, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. You don't know the fucking complications, how we got to the destination. But this nigga gonna drag himself in there. We sitting there talking there at the library, and I'm telling her, like, I just basically, like, flirting with her and shit. But, like, he didn't know it was, like, flirting before. It was, like, he saw the situation, like, okay, they're new friends, but him being the possessive boyfriend, but he was just doing a little too much. So maybe he peeped that I had something for her, but hey, out of my head, I'm thinking everybody think I'm gay. Hey, I'm not thinking that. So, basically, I hung out with the girl at the library. We were sitting there talking, laughing, flirting, and basically, I felt like from the vibe, like, she liked me back and type shit. And so we hung out again. She came to my house. My mom had this weird thing at this time, like, she didn't want to meet any of my friends. Like, she'd be like, oh, I need to know who they are, but like, she low-key would not take the time out to meet my friends. So she had came over, and basically we just went to the park with my dog, whatever. I dropped my dog back at home, and then like we came back, and then I remember we were sitting there talking and everything, and this shit was embarrassing as fuck. I literally wrote this girl, you know that song by J. Cole, that we got a good thing, and I'll see you again. That was my shit, and every time I heard that song, my heart went boom, 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 boom. Every time, cause it reminded me of that girl, and I was like, you know what I mean? Like, she cute, she my vibe, she gonna be a little boo thing. Like, and I remember I wrote a whole remix to this shit. I sat down, and I was like, no, we gotta get. It was embarrassing as shit, but that shit was real as fuck. I really liked that girl. I was really down bad for her. But, and I remember she literally told me at the park, I asked her, I was like, so you gonna let me be your first kiss? And she was like, maybe. Like, bitch, why are you playing games? It's not tic-tac-toe, no chess type shit. Leave me alone. Like, you gonna give me the kiss or not? Like, and she was just playing games. So basically, everybody was running around the school saying like, oh, like, she was cheating on her boyfriend with me. He was getting his feelings. He didn't like me because, you know what I'm saying, he knows at this point I like her. I never told him that, but he was listening to the rumors type shit. So basically, they get into it. They broke up. She started being closer to me now. So it's like, damn, you make me look like the bad guy. Like, I just stole your bitch. If I did, I did. But, you know what I mean? But hey. So basically, the new boy comes. This is when sophomore years come. So me and her cool as shit, best friends, get close, all that shit. Learn more about her. she talked about she got this nigga, well, her ex, the white boy she was with, talking about he got mono and shit from her. All this, you know, that little high school, little, I don't know, diseases that was going around. Everybody caught that shit. That's all I was like, maybe I don't want my first kiss from her no more. But I was cool with her. And then she was telling me about like how she got like banned from their last school, like in the last middle school, and then another school, and it was just like making me like, it was turning me off some things about her. We was cool as hell. Around this time, my feelings are growing for her, but I'm just like giving mixed signals, like, okay, do I like her, do I not? Like, she for the streets, you know what I mean? I don't know. So basically, I did eventually end up asking her out, and my phone was off. Don't call me. Don't do me. Okay, laugh. Okay, it's not funny. My phone was off, so I texted the whole paragraph, basically like asking her out and telling her balling out my feelings for her. And I showed her in class one day, and she had no reaction. I was like, okay, so it's a yes or a fucking no. She was like, I don't know. Bitch, what you mean you don't fucking know? Do you like me or you not? Like, I'm trying to be with you. And later she was trying to like, she went from hugging me after class and all this shit. When I leave to get on the bus, she stopped doing that shit. And you know fucking why? Because this new other black nigga come in here. Right when a new nigga come here, and now when a motherfucking new slave from different plantation come here, now you don't like me no more, huh? This nigga came in, and I'm not paying no mind to it. Like, I'm thinking like they cool as shit. Like, he cool as shit, cause you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, I wasn't really fond of him when I first came, because when he started coming into the classroom, he would like start talking to her all of a sudden, which I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too mad, but it's like, okay, like, why are you talking to my girl? Like, back up. But I have the confidence to be like, okay, like, stop telling my crush, because nobody really knows, like, okay, like, there's still some chemistry. But she basically started talking to him. They started becoming friends out of nowhere, flirting back and forth. So I asked her, I was like, so do you like him? She was like, no, he has a boyfriend. Turns out that's why she stopped hugging me after class and shit. I was like, no, she liked that nigga. Because I'm like, where my hugs at no more? You start switching up on me. Oh, she did actually liking him. And then they never got together. I guess he said, like, he told her he had a girlfriend, but I low-key think they was messing like back and forth and shit. But she liked him more, and then he didn't like her as much as he thought he did, so it just didn't work out. But I was like, literally, you turned down a whole relationship with me, all our shit we've been through together for him, and he got a whole girlfriend, like. But I was like, okay, cool. You broke my heart, and I don't fuck with that shit. Juliet, you're banned from seeing me. I don't like that. That's why I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna start exploring this other side to me. I know I be looking at these men, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting away with it. I'm walking in the hallways and shit, see a fat ass, a gap. I look the other way. They look at me, I'm like, what's up? Like, because all my friends at this time, I was like in a friend group with these boys and shit. They were all straight. You know, some of them were cute, fine as shit. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I got that dumb piece, whatever. But this one, I had a close friend named Jeffrey. He was cool as shit, but I realized, like, low-key, I had feelings for him because he just had this baby face and his fat ass. Oh, I should make that into another story time. So basically, I'm gonna tell y'all how, like, he found out I had feelings for him, whatever. And then how, like, our friendship and he wanted to fight me, whatever, this shit. Too much happened with that shit. But low-key, so basically, like, he started catching on that I had feelings for him. He was like, why are you acting so possessive over me? You're acting like I'm your boyfriend. And I was like, ooh. And I was hurt. And I started treating him different, like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a boyfriend. Like, ain't nobody even looking at you like, yeah, that's weird. Like, I'm not on that gay shit. Like, fuck are you talking about? So basically, he tried to blackmail me. I should really leave this for the next story time because that shit was too deep. It was a whole detail. That shit went crazy. This nigga wanted to box me off. But oh yeah, so I just kept continue going home watching gay porn and telling everybody I was straight and shit. And that shit did me this is justice for a while until it came to the time where, you know what I'm saying, them demons eating you up. And I'm gonna tell you why I started doing some other stuff, because them demons, the bisexual, I was just fighting. It was like, you gay. No, I'm straight. I'm gay, you gay. They was really trying to take over, and I was like, no, I'm not dealing with this shit right now. So it had to put a pause on it. So I was like, Junior year comes. I moved to Racine.
So when I say online, when I moved to Racine, I spent half of my sophomore year online. No. Yeah, so I left. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, because half of my sophomore year was COVID. So we were at home. We weren't in school. And then when I started my junior year back, it was online.
We're online now. Basically, a whole bunch of trauma and shit happened. I was online. I had no friends. I don't know nobody here. Basically, my delusional ass was searching up my school and like finding friends and people that like interacted with the page and saw they were my age.
And don't play me, y'all. Don't act like y'all never tried to do that shit. Like, yeah, I could have been delusional, but like, okay, I was my own friends, type my own U-boat type whiz shit.
I was like, I had this one boy. We gonna call him Brandon. I met Brandon. He was another fruitcake that lived there and went to school, and he was cool as shit. But so I was like asking him about people like he know, whatever. I was like, do you know any fruity people? Started talking to some, whatever. I met a couple cool people, whatever. But that's how it led to my first time, whatever. And I'm gonna leave that to another story because there's too much with that shit too. Like literally, like that. I remember that shit was trauma. Like I mean, I won't take shit back that I did and how shit happened because shit, it is what it is. But that's just trauma and it's for another fucking story. I went back in person. I did make friends and shit, but I was still in the closet. But these friends did help me come out. I was at school basically like expressing myself, being myself. I didn't know who I was yet, but I knew I was LGBTQ. So I was like, okay, like to my friends, like, okay, I like both. So I was like, okay, maybe I could be bi. This is when I started meeting new friends, and this is how I met the first friend group that I was in, which is gonna be another fucking story time for that shit, because I had basically a toxic ass LGBTQ friend group that just went left. And that's how I met my ex, this Virgo man. So I basically was like being around him more, spending time around him. When I met him, the crazy thing is like I didn't even like have no feelings or anything for him. Like I was like, yeah, he's not my type. But I started being around him more, getting to know him. We would hang out, go downtown and shit, have a good time. It was fun, it was cool as shit. I didn't know he had feelings for me for a while. And then when he told me, I was like, okay, well, something's kind of there, kind of not. You know, you just gotta let it. I was like in my head, okay, I gotta let this shit spark. But you know what I mean? I was also in my head like thinking about like how my mom thought and everything, and like a lot of like her homophobia. A lot of her homophobia and her ways just like grew on me, and it was a lot of fucking anxiety because I was like, okay, what if I do have feelings for this man? What happens next? Like, I don't want to like hide him, but like I don't want to be like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, like we're together, or like this is my feelings, and then he wants to, you know what I'm saying, go to the next step. So I felt like the best thing for me was just like, you know, dragging it out and just kind of figuring it out like day by day, you know what I mean? My friends did help me like be more myself. Like I remember a lot of my fucking ways were like just fucked up, like how I thought at that time, which is okay. I feel like every LGBTQ person goes through that shit. Like they will like be like, oh, I'm not doing this because that's gay, or it's just like these closeted ways of doing shit. That's how I'm about the DLs here. It was like certain things where I thought like, oh, like this smells feminine, this one's masculine. And because of like what I was being taught at home, when I was around my ex more, like we would go out to places, or I was around him because he was very feminine. So he brought more of that like feminine energy out on me, and he helped me feel comfortable with being myself more. And his best friend too at that time too, she helped a lot. And literally one time we went to Bath and Body Works, and y'all know around Pride Month and shit, they be having that little line now, love always wins. And I had bought a little tube and shit, and I bought a masculine one, from the men's collection in Bath and Body Works. And I brought both of them home, and I got my mom one, and I gave it to her, and she was like, oh, I like the masculine one. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They both smell good. So when my ex more had like an influence over me of like embracing myself, being who I was, that's what empowered me to like, okay, let me really start to, I don't want to say label myself, but I felt like I needed to figure out what exactly was of like, okay, am I gay? Am I bi? What am I? Queer? All that shit. I don't even know what queer means. But shit, okay, I knew a fucking gay man and get bi man, but shit, me and this whole brain and this body, I don't know, I couldn't differentiate the two. I was like, basically like, oh, am I gay? Am I bi? Don't laugh at me, y'all. I was really doing this shit. But I was giving myself pep talks before I went outside. day by day, or like just alone with myself, like, am I gay, am I bi, like, do I like niggas, do I like females? And I was like, well, I did like a female, you know what I mean, because I told y'all about that. And I was like, I do like niggas. I'm kind of feeling my ex, but I'm like, I don't know yet. And so I felt like once I started to embrace more of who I was, more of that kind of, I don't know, started to come out of my mom, like this hate. And like, basically, long story short, our relationship just started to like crumble at that time. And I felt like at that time I needed my family to be there for me, and a lot of my friends and stuff. Well, my friends were here. It was my family. I was at home just like my middle brother and my mom, and it was like really hard to find out who I was when it's like people in your ear telling you like, oh, that's not who you are and stuff. Like, I really went through a very, I'm proud of myself that I could be strong enough to even speak about this now, because it was like, damn, like, I really went through a lot. Like, I'm telling, like, verbal insults, verbal abuse, physical abuse and shit over this shit. And, I mean, I feel like I don't blame my mom, like, how she acted initially, but it's just like, I felt like at this time, and now how I'm looking at the situation now, it's like, when a child comes out to their parent, a parent should be there for their child no matter what, because it takes so much strength and courage to really say this is who I am when you're going against already a world that hates you for being you and judges you because it's not society's norm. And you know what I mean? My mom was really the first person I ever opened up to about that, and it broke my heart because it was like, damn, like, out of all people I would expect you to, you know what I'm saying, be here for me. But I remember, like, she would say little stuff like about the LGBT community that made me kind of like in my head like, okay, she's really not gonna accept me. It was hard dealing with that, and then also being online. So this is when the trauma shit kicked in, because it was like, damn, it was arguments every day and shit. I'm like, I don't want to, nobody wants to sit here and be in tune with their mom all the time. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, you're my mother. But it was like that for months. She really didn't come around until the end of my junior year. And she just came in and she was like, I'm tired of like arguing, tired of fighting. We're just gonna have to agree to disagree. And I was like, okay, I can deal with that, because I'm tired of hearing all this racket and this noise every day. But basically, I went through a lot of trauma that year, and she was dealing with my thing. Well, you know, she made my business hers, but it was really fucking hard. She did come around and was like, on Pride Month, was it my junior year or my senior year? One of the two. She came around Pride Month and she did surprise me with a shirt. And like, I just like broke down, because it was like, damn, that shit meant a lot to me. Cause like, we've been through so much to get here. And for, you know what I'm saying, you to be like, okay, I love you for you. I really felt like that was like a transition from our relationship. Like, okay, we're evolving from here. But then, you know, long story short, we went through some more stuff from then. And then we bump heads, and like, that's why I'm like currently not speaking to her right now. I don't know how to be on here telling out all my business, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have been here through all this. Like, light and dark, I was going through shit, still recording, but I didn't pick up the camera. If y'all notice, if y'all go back to my old videos, I picked up the camera after I came out and was able to be myself, because YouTube was like a part of me that I knew was always there, because I remember I was younger, making videos, the Legos and shit, like, you know what I mean? I always had like the camera thing for me. YouTube was always my passion. It's just grown more now that I'm able to be myself in front of y'all fully, light, dark, all that shit. With my mom, I went through so much. What I went through, I feel like strengthened me and made me realize how much I am of a great person. It's just, I have my days, not gonna lie to y'all, like, where I'm like, damn, like, I don't have no support and shit. But you know, the biggest thing for me around that time when I came out is seeing how much support I did have. Because when I came out, I went public with that shit. I went on Facebook. So before I came out, y'all, let me get to that. Let me get back to that put a little cliffhanger, little hanger, all that little pin, yeah. Before I came out, I was watching Love Victor, Love Simon and shit. Like, y'all make this delusional, but that shit really inspired me. Y'all don't realize, like, that show, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, that saved my life. Like, if y'all ever watched Love Victor, basically was a minority in a household that was finding out who he was. Basically, same story like how I was. Kind of fantasized like, okay, maybe my family will be like that. And I just had to give it a chance because, you know, I really was like, you know what's the worst? But I really fucking went through the worst. I'm not mad because in the end, it was a happy story. I mean, it was my own story and it was true and it was original and it made me how I am now because that show was like, okay, I got this. So I actually came out to my mom after I finished that season. I was posting little stuff on Facebook to kind of like give my mom hints at that I was gonna come out and that I needed her to be there for her. For me, I don't know if she ever like missed the signs or whatever. Some parents feel like they fail their kids implementing stuff on how they were. They feel like they can change that about their child when you can't change their child. Like, that's them being their self. Like, everybody is born in this world to be who they are for a reason. That's what makes us original in ourselves. I felt like after like realizing how much of my family did have an influence on my mind and my anxiety and held me back for who I was like, damn, like, you know, I love my mom to death and I carry a lot of stuff from her, but you know, I think probably maybe she expected me to be a mini version of her. Every parent wants their child to grow up and, you know what I'm saying, be a role model for them and everything, and which I understand, but my mom really was a role model for me already before I came out, even through the thick and thin. And at that time, I had told y'all how I was talking to my ex, whatever. This is when I went back in person to school. He taught me a lot of unconditional love that I needed for myself that I wasn't getting at home. You know, I'll forever thank him for that. I appreciate him, you know what I'm saying? But with my mom, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, you were supposed to be that role for me. I really am a really good role model for myself because it was so many nights. Like, I'm telling you, like, I got to the point where I, like, literally wanted to hurt myself. You know what stopped me because it was like, damn, would I fucking die? And I was like, I'm not fucking doing that shit. Work kept me distracted. I remember I was, like, working so much because I didn't want to be at home. Home did not feel like home. And eventually, like, as y'all know, I don't know if I've told y'all this, but I did end up leaving home. I didn't want to leave home at 18. It already happened to my family, generational curses type shit. And, you know, it's really hard looking at like, damn, you gotta be the chosen one to break this shit and change. Like, cause you don't have to change somebody, but this change in myself really helped influence a lot of people. A lot of people will look at and be like, oh, I'm so proud of you and shit. But I don't know how I fucking did that shit. But I'm glad that I did because, you know what I'm saying? There's other people I know out here that's probably going through the same shit as me, grown as fuck probably, or even my age or younger, and don't know what to do. But now that I'm looking back, like, I would tell my younger self, like, forever always be you, because don't ever let nobody change that. It don't matter who, you know what I'm saying? Because family is a label at the end of the day. You make your own family, and, you know, what I'm learning now is that once you love yourself, there is no other love that can compare to that. And now that, like, I have a person, my person, to share that with, you know what I mean? You learn the difference between sharing your love rather than dependent on someone for love. I'm glad that I had that person here for me to show me that, and that gift to give to myself, so that I can show this next person that. I don't mean to have y'all in tears and shit, or really, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, that shit was deep, but shit, it really was deep, but I'm proud of myself. I really am. I really hope that I inspire y'all from my fucking story. Like, it was some laughs, giggles, and shit, but it was some real shit to it. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Like, I learned a lot from the friends I was around. I learned a lot from my family. You know, hopefully in the future, you know what I'm saying, these people decide to grow, whatever. I most definitely did. I'm glad that Vibing with Ken was born. He really evolved, and now I don't go by Kendle anymore. I go by Ken. When I look at Kendle, I was called Kendle by so many people, you know what I'm saying, that hurt me and shit that I went through. I feel like I was a whole nother person. So now that I'm evolving, it's like I'm Ken. Ken to me is Vibrant Ken, and Vibrant Ken is dope as shit. He's loved, knows how to love. He's healing. He's not fully healed, but he's growing. Both are a part of me, but Vibrant Ken forever will always be my role model. A lot of people to me too. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn post notifications on. I'll be back for another video. Dude, I'm tired of fucking talking. That was long as shit. We made it here, y'all. We got through all the motherfucking notes. I came out in 7th grade. Y'all the history and shit. To motherfucking 2023 now. That had been, I don't know how many years. Shit, 2016, 2015. I don't know. Y'all did the math. It was a lot. It was a lot. I appreciate my coworkers around that time. I appreciate my snakes in the grass. This shit. I had some fun with my ops. My ops. You know how the ops go. Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 5. You know what I'm saying? But I know my heart and I know the energy I put out. And I'm closing this video out from here. The energy that you put out is the energy that you receive. And I'll forever stand on that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got living proof in the other room. Proof right here. You know what I mean? I'm a light worker. I will forever rise to all the darkness that I went through. I am the light. I really bring that out of people. I really let people be themselves. I let people grow, no matter, you know what I'm saying, destined to be around me for a long time or a short time. I really appreciate all my experiences with everybody. At the end of the day, I felt like I needed to come out because I not only needed to let the world know who I was, but I needed for myself to know who I was and to live my truth. And for anybody that, you know what I'm saying, bashed on this shit, or you know what I'm saying, don't understand, I understand. Shit, I'm dope as shit, but if y'all fuck with me, y'all fuck with me. Leave a like, subscribe, all this shit, and I really hope y'all listening, tuned in. But, bye y'all.